Hi there. So this is my week 4 check-in. Yeah, so here I am then 4 weeks in. That's 6 days a week for 4 weeks. That's 24 days now. So yeah, another good week. Another week when I was able to speak to at least one person each day about Jesus, about the love of God. Yeah, in this session I just want to reflect a little bit again, go over what happened. Again, the majority of people I spoke to this week seem to be believers already. Quite a varied week, actually, just in terms of age range, speaking to someone I think was a teenager, right up to a lady who said she was 70 years of age. Guys, girls, different cultural backgrounds. Spoke to a guy working in a hotel, a homeless guy carrying a bottle of alcohol and desperately hungry on the streets of Nashville, a steward working a July 4th event, a couple of staff members in some of the big stores around us here. And then also I spoke to a security guard as well, who was driving around the parking lot with his lights flashing. So yeah, quite a varied week. I think the one that I'm going to pick as my story of the week was actually day 6. I was in a store and I'd already been in once, and I was trying to see if I could find someone to speak to, and then realized I needed to buy something else in the store. So I went back in again, and there was this young guy that I'd seen before stacking shelves. And when I saw him the first time around, I thought, I actually want to talk to him, but I just felt a little bit awkward about it. Anyway, the next time I went in, lo and behold, I saw the same guy again. And this time he gave me some eye contact. He actually just looked at me. So I went over to him and did my normal thing, asked him if I could share my faith with him. And he was very amenable. He came back very strongly that he is a believer, goes to a Christian school, and really values his relationship with God. So I asked him a couple of questions to make sure, we're on the same page with that, and he definitely was. So like I often do, I just asked him if I could pray for anything. And he immediately said, "Oh, well, please will you pray for my dad? My dad's sick." So I asked him what the situation was, and he got a little emotional as he said, "No, he's just been diagnosed with cancer." And I said, "Oh, I'll definitely pray for him, and I'll pray for you as well." And the reason this was a highlight for me, I think, of the week is because there was just suddenly that sense of the presence of the Lord. I know that's a very subjective thing, but sometimes you just sense something happening, and that was one of those occasions. And so I was able to pray for this young fella and also pray for his dad, that the Lord would really impact him with his healing power. And he was definitely moved. He was quite emotional, looked like he was tearing up a little bit. And I really felt that it was a special moment for him to have someone encourage him like that in his job, just in his workplace. Anyway, as I left the store, and again, this is why it kind of sticks with me as a highlight, something just seemed to release on the inside of me, just the privilege. It's totally awesome that I get to do this, that I get to talk to somebody and be a channel of the Lord's love and grace. And these kind of experiences, although, I've said about expecting this to be evangelism and leading people into the faith, at the moment, a lot of it seems to be really encouraging and ministering to those that do know the Lord already. Anyway, that was probably my highlight of the week, I think. Just reflecting on a few things that I'm picking up along the way. I think I said before that it felt like it was getting easier. This week it's been a little bit up and down on that. There've been a couple of days where I felt I really don't want to do this. But what if I just get people that don't want to talk to me? And I sense the Lord say, that's fine. It actually isn't your problem. There will be some people that don't want to talk to me. So far, he's been guiding me, I think, to people that are very amenable, which has been very gracious. But I actually just had this thing, what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I think it showed me that I'm kind of moving a little bit more towards, it's not so much a performance thing or an outcomes driven thing. It's more just an obedience and being able to co-work with the Lord out in this broken world. That's really powerful for me. I think the other thing that I've noticed going on this week, which is becoming more and more tangible, is just how the Lord does seem to be steering who to speak to. It's not like I'm hearing an audible voice or anything particularly strong, but there's just these moments where I'm just sensing, I want to talk to this person. you know, maybe it's something of this partnership with the Holy Spirit. I don't know. I'm just trying to learn and trying to discern it and not make it too big of a like spiritual gifts thing. It's more just a co-working with him. If you are doing this kind of thing yourself, or you're thinking about doing this more, I just want to encourage you just to step over that line and just say, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway, and we're going to see what the Lord does. I think the more that happens, the more freedom comes in our lives. A couple of prayer thoughts then going forwards into week 5. I definitely do want to get more and more clear and sharper, I think, in hearing the Holy Spirit as I go. I'd love to see an opportunity and actual healing. I'd love to see if the Lord would open that up. I was really encouraged today to go out with a couple of other brothers, and we spent some time out in a mall just doing evangelism together. And one of the brothers was just reading out of Mark 16, just reminding us how it said that as they went out preaching the gospel, then so the Lord worked with them with signs and wonders. And sure, it'd be great to have the signs and wonders, but it was just the reassurance too that he worked with them. And I want to be more aware of that. That's definitely a big prayer point. What else to write down here? Oh, something very interesting that the same brother said to me this afternoon, because I was saying how so many people I speak to say, yeah, they've received the Lord already, they have faith. And what my brother said to me today was, well, like in the scriptures in the book of Acts, what you could then follow up with and say, oh, well, did you receive the Holy Spirit or the fullness of the Holy Spirit when you believed? And actually transition it maybe into a potential for praying for the baptism of the Holy Spirit out there in the marketplace, out there in the world, wherever I'm talking to people. And I really took that to heart. I felt that was the Lord just encouraging me to step into something a little bit different there. And I want to see if there's opportunities for that come up in week 5. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope this is encouraging. Feel free to post a comment or a question or anything if you want to interact in any way. All right. So blessings on your week. Oh, just forgot to mention, I'm traveling again this week. My wife Heather and myself have been invited to a wedding that's happening in Florida. So we're going out to Florida, I think on Thursday, have the wedding. Then we've got a bit of time there. And I had a business meeting that was being set up with my connections with John Maxwell on Monday after the weekend. So, but yeah, look out for my shorts. Going to be some interesting locations and opportunities to speak with people this week. Okay, blessings all.